Hey friend, today we're going to prepare the enclosure for when our circuit board comes in. That way everything will be ready and we won't waste much time. If you ordered your enclosures from Love My Switches, it'll most likely be there long before the other orders that you've placed. Let's just get into it. As you see, we have our circuit board up, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to this layers button. We don't need to see top or bottom, pads or vias. Those we do need to mention, and we need these places and names. We don't need the names. We could take them out, but it may help us to place something. After we select that, we're going to hit OK. And while we're here, why don't we right click on that and make a new setting. And we'll call that for print. All right, and what we're going to do here is print this to our printer. You're going to want to make sure this scale factor is at 1. You could print your schematics this way from the schematic sheet, but this one you definitely want to put at a 1:1 scale because we're going to use this for our layout on the enclosure. All right, I sent that up to the printer and I'll see you in a couple minutes. Okay, I got this out of the printer, and as you can see, it's the right size for what we're doing. You'll notice that the dimension line is rather light. That's okay, you can still cut around it, and when you do, this is what you end up with. And we'll grab our enclosure and give it a test fit, and it looks like it fits in there just fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to tape this to the outside of our enclosure. We're going to try to get it exactly where it needs to go. We're going to eyeball it right now. Precision is not necessary for this. Okay, here's what we have. This is our PCB printout, and I'm going to use a automatic center punch. And I'm going to get it right on where this this doesn't move. I'm going to get this right on where the potentiometer is going to be, and I'm going to mark it. Then I'm going to go to the LED. Right on that cross is where it's going to come through the enclosure. And then this is that switch that we added in the modification. I'm going to get it right in the middle there. All right. Now we have 3 marks for where we can drill. All right, you're with me. We're heading to the garage. All right, let's head out to the garage. Last time we talked, we laid out the PCB, and you might have thought that it wasn't laid out well, or maybe maybe it'll be noisy the way it's laid out. That's not the point. We're just having some fun. We're just gonna put one together this first try. We're gonna screw up anyways on our first try. Trust me, I did. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this stepper bit on our drill press. We're gonna line it up with those marks that we made with the center punch, and we're going to drill through just to the right size that fits the item that we're using. All right, I'm going to go ahead and drill this first hole. Put my safety glasses on. After every step, I get an example of what I have, and I try to fit it in there. I try not to make it super tight. I try to make it have a little bit of extra wiggle room. So there's the first one. That's for the potentiometer. Next is going to be the LED. As you see, we have that mark that we made with the center punch, and when we spin the bit, it'll center itself. All right, let's get I got a 5mm LED here. Just fits. We're going to leave that one tight. We're going to leave that one tight. That's a good plan because we don't want space around that one. We want it to fit just right. All right. Next is that double pull, double throw switch we're going to put in here. All right. Let's see. And there we go. That's perfect. Okay, next we're going to lay this printed circuit board printout on the inside here so you can see where the crosses are. And we're going to line those up just so we have a reference point of where to put this jack. We're going to put one on this side, right about here. I'm going to make a mark with my punch, and we're going to drill that one out first. We're actually going to install it. Now you'll notice that the sides of these enclosures are angled, so it's going to be a little bit, the drill is going to be angled differently than the actual side, but it doesn't matter because we're going to go slightly bigger than the what's necessary, and it'll right itself when we tighten the nuts. All right, we're going to actually put this one inside, and here's the reason. Ah, perfect. If you could see on here, there's really not enough room to go straight across from the input to the output jacks. This one's going to have to be offset to be down here. And remember, we still have to leave room for the foot switch. And I don't have one with me at the moment, so I'm going to make this as close as possible to where it needs to be, and I'll be right back. You don't want to leave that in when you're drilling the other side, but you do want to put something down when you're drilling, maybe a cloth, because I ruined the side of this nicely powder coated enclosure because I'm dumb. All right, I'm going to put these back in, and what we're going to do is we're going to try to plug in some cables when we get back into the office. Okay, let's see how these plug in. Ah, looks good. Perfect. So yeah, they have to be offset a little bit because these are longer than half of the width of the box. And I hope we have enough room for that triple pull double throw switch that goes here. Pretty sure we do. All right, that's it for the enclosure, except we do have to still drill a hole for the foot switch. I just don't have one here that's not already installed in something. I don't want to scavenge anything at the moment. But it looks like it'll fit in there just fine. No worries. Next time we're going to have the PCB and we're going to solder it together. I'd like to give a shout out to another one of my favorite channels. That's That Pedal Show with Mick and Dan. Very smart guys about tone. They know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about. I really love the gig rig stuff. It's kind of a dream pedal board gear sort of thing. I think that's it for today. Check out that pedal show. All right. Have a good day, friend.